What are you doing? He's trying to ram my leg. Dude. So when the roof is on, this is what the inside looks like. I got a tortoise that will not leave me alone. I'm trying to make a video about you, dude. It actually gets about 15 to even 20 degrees warmer on the inside. Spaghetti mouth. There we go. Yo, what's going on, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are all doing amazing. I hope you guys all had an amazing Halloween. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about how I set up my heated dog houses for my Sulcata tortoises. Now, I made a video that was pretty similar to this about this time last year, basically talking about how I was going to heat up my tortoises in the winter since they live outdoors. And people watched that video and they commented and wanted to see kind of more specifics on how I do that and like what kind of heaters I use, basically just how like I installed them and everything like that. So I decided to make a video to kind of go into a little bit more depth about that. Now it is November and I do live in California, so it is still about, I'd say about 65 to 70 degrees. So not so cold to where they actually need a heater yet, but it's a good time to start. And we actually got a guest. Is that Chong? What's up, Chong? What's up, buddy? Okay, yeah, and Throttle too. Chong and Throttle don't really get along too well. Chong, what are you doing? You trying to bump into me? I would love to see you chasing Throttle around. So during the day, the weather is nice, but at night it does get a little chilly. So let's go check out the setup. And as you guys know, I use a dog house, right? So basically, just one of those cheap dog houses. I actually didn't buy this one. This actually my aunt gave me when she gave me the tortoises. But a cheap dog house doesn't really, nothing fancy, something you could find at Walmart. And then when you open it, as you guys can see the inside. So I have a heater here, right on this side. Don't mind the poop in there. That does happen when they're sitting in there all night. And I have a heater here. And he's, what are you doing? He's trying to ram my leg. Dude. Sulcatas are a little territorial this time of year. It's their breeding season. And so I do have a thermostat in here as well. And so let's talk about the brands. So this heater that I install on the side, right? So it's on the side of it. It is a Vivarium Electronics heat panel. And so these are really made for like indoor use, but because it's in a doghouse, I don't think it's ever gonna get wet. I don't plan on it ever getting wet. It is the largest size of Vivarium Electronics heat panel. And you can find them online. I actually bought mine at one of the local reptile stores. They sell them. Get off of my leg, dude. And you can find them there. And then this one on this side is the Zoomed Reptitherm Habitat Heater. It's made specifically for Sulcata tortoises. I believe it is actually meant to be on the bottom of the enclosure, but I don't know. I don't really feel comfortable doing that because I know tortoises are pretty rough with, you know, their things and they like to dig, and I just don't want them tearing it up. So I put it on the side and it seems to work well. So let me put this back on and I'll kind of talk to you guys some more. So when the roof is on, this is what the inside looks like. As you can see, you got the Vivarium Electronics heater on this side. You got the, oh my, I got a tortoise that will not leave me alone. I'm trying to make a video about you, dude. You're gonna get fed here in a second. Give me a break. As I was saying, You got the ZoomEd heater on that side, the Varium Electronics heater on that side, and then the thermostat. I hang the thermostat probe just like kind of in the middle of the habitat, just so I can kind of get a pretty accurate read. It's 70 degrees in there. So right now it's only about 5 degrees warmer on the inside than it is on the outside. That's because I had the top off and everything like that. When I keep the top on and, you know, let the flaps down in the front, it will keep it a little bit warmer than that, about 10 degrees warmer on the inside than the outside air temperature. One thing, if I were somebody who was doing this from scratch, one thing that I would change that I didn't even think about when I first installed these was I would put the Varium Electronics heater down below. Now, I didn't do that for whatever reason. I don't know why I didn't do that at first. But as most of you probably already know, heat does rise. And so the fact that I have the heater up top, the heat's just gonna stay up top and kind of keep rising to the top. It's not really heating down below. So if I were somebody who was doing this again, or if I was to do this again, I would put this heater down at the bottom. I said it wrong before when I was talking about how much warmer it gets on the inside. I think I said about 10 degrees. It actually gets about 15 to even 20 degrees warmer on the inside and on the outside most times when the lid is on for a while and I don't take it off. I usually don't take the lid off unless to clean it. But yeah, so it's a pretty good change in temperature, especially for where I live and what I want it to be. It can drop down to like, you know, the mid to low 40s here at night in the winter. And so if I can get a 15 degree difference, it'll bring it all the way up to, you know, the upper 50s. And that's what I want. That's pretty good for a nighttime drop. So installing the heaters is pretty simple. I just took a drill and drilled them into the side. There wasn't really much more to it than that. You are gonna have some pokies sticking out the side, but you could kind of cut them off if you want to, just so your tortoises don't get, you know, like cut on them or anything like that. So now let's talk about the flaps. So the flaps that are in the front here, you could pretty much just get, it's just basic, you know, plastic you can get at Home Depot. You could probably find some at like Walmart. You could get like a shower curtain if you wanted to. And this is pretty much just to help kind of hold some heat in and to also help with like rain, so no rain gets in here. The one thing I would probably do differently if I was to do this again, as he's about to ram me again. You just don't like me today, do you? You just don't like me today, huh? So the one thing that I would do differently with these, if I was to do it again, would be I wouldn't cut these into like separate pieces like this. I would probably just leave it all in one solid piece. Just because sometimes these get like a little bent, as you can tell, and sometimes you might have one that's over here and one that's over here, and it just kind of lets a lot of air in, more air than I would like. I would actually like to trap that heat a little bit better. So that is something that I would do differently next time, but for now, this is great. You guys have also probably noticed that I fill these dog houses with hay. This is actually Timothy hay. My tortoises actually eat this as well, but it's good bedding to have in here. It helps them stay warm. They can bury themselves underneath of it, and then also if there's been a couple days where it's been too cold and they don't come out, they have some food in there with them. They'll kind of munch on that while they're sitting in there. Now, one of the negatives to having it inside of here, though, is that they do poop on it, which means you're going to have to be changing it out every once in a while because you don't want them eating hay that they're pooping on, obviously. So that is one kind of negative about it, but for the most part, it kind of absorbs any moisture, like any wetness if they poop or pee or whatever on it, and helps keep them warm at night. So that's why I put that in there. All in all, pretty simple. It's not a very extravagant or expensive shelter for them. It's actually relatively inexpensive and pretty much anybody can set one up, and it works really well. I mean, if you're in a moderate climate like how I am, if you're somewhere, you know, up north where it gets a lot colder than this, this probably won't work out for you. But if you're somewhere where, you know, it's not freezing outside at night, or it's not snowing, or, you know, maybe it doesn't rain as much, then these shelters will work really, really, really well for you. Oh, and that actually leads me into something else. When it does rain, if it does rain a lot, like last year, I actually put up a pop-up tent like above them, just to kind of give them some extra blockage from the rain, just because I didn't know if there was going to be any leaks. This year, we actually have had some rain, some heavy rain, and I didn't have the pop-up tent up because it kind of hit us unexpectedly, and nothing. No leaks, no anything. So I think we're good in that aspect. But, you know, like I said, just want to reiterate, really, really cold, you know, cold climates, I would say keep your sulcatas indoors. But if you're in a moderate climate, like a temperate climate, then these heated dog houses will actually probably work out really, really well for you. I said in the other video too, this isn't a long-term shelter for me personally. It could be a long-term shelter for somebody, but it's not for me. I actually I want to end up building, you know, a customized shelter for them at some point when I get my house. But for now, this is working just great. They could eventually outgrow it, but if they do, then you kind of just shave the sides off, you know, you cut the sides a little bit. And if you guys haven't noticed, because in the last video, both of my sulcatas were in the same enclosure, this one that I'm standing in right here, but now it's just Chong. Huh? Oh, sorry, special guest interrupting our broadcast. Oh shit. Go follow him on TikTok at BuckWild32. Make some funny videos, derby videos. Now they are separated, and Chong is in this enclosure, and Cheech is in the original enclosure that I set up for these guys. And the reason for that is because they fought all the time. And it really wasn't them fighting. Chong is a bully. He's the bigger one. He's more of the alpha in the group, and he likes to claim his territory, as you guys have already seen in this video, because he even doesn't like me being in his territory. But so they were fighting too much. It was kind of making me a little nervous. So I ended up separating them. So for those of you who have watched the channel, you guys should kind of remember this enclosure. This was the original enclosure that I set up for both of my Sulcata tortoises. And here is Cheech. What's up, buddy? Getting some sun, huh? And the reason why I moved them out of this enclosure was because it stays really shady for a lot of the day. And there's only like little patches of sun, but at least he's still getting some sun. It's not ideal, but for the time being, I think it's just, you know, it was just the better choice to keep them separated, because if I would have kept them in there together, who knows what would have happened. And as you can see, heated doghouse, same setup on the inside for this one. I'm not gonna take you guys through this one, but same exact setup on this one. So now that we kind of went through all that, and I showed you guys how I set up these heated dog houses, I got some food. I got some collard greens, mustard greens, and I got some pumpkin for my two tortoises. So we'll just go ahead, we'll feed them. I'll give them some water. I'll clean out their hides, clean the poop out of there. And I won't show you guys that, but let's feed the tortoises. All right, so we got some pumpkin. I don't know if I should that's not gonna work. Now we're just gonna crack it. And look at that. Oh yeah, buddy. They love pumpkin. All right, we're gonna do one for Chong. Well, that didn't work. Let's try again. One for Chong. Okay, what the hell is up with this pumpkin? Oh, there we go. All right. What is your deal? What is your... What's your deal? What is your deal, dude? Hmm? Really? I know it's your food. I get that. Here. I know, you're the boss. I get that. Well, you ain't got to step all over it. It's incredible how strong Tortoise's jaws are. I mean, look at him just kind of just chew right through that thick outer layer of the pumpkin. It's really insane. You really do not like me being in here today, huh? As I was saying, it's really incredible how they really can just bite through that thick outer layer of the pumpkin. Just incredible. You really, you know, tortoises aren't very aggressive. You don't ever really have to worry about them biting you, but if they were to bite you, I imagine it wouldn't be pleasant. How did that get over here? Throttle, how did that get over here? Yeah, you know what you did. What are you doing? This is not yours. That's not yours. Oh yeah, you're in trouble now, yeah. That's not yours. Walk away. You're in timeout. You're in timeout. You're done. You're done. Don't worry, you guys. I didn't only give them treats. Pumpkin is a good treat for them. Obviously, you don't want to give it to them all the time. But when it's in season, I like to treat them at least once a year with it. There you go, buddy. Oh, spaghetti mouth. Spaghetti mouth. We have a vandal. We have a robber on our hands. How did this get over here? How did that get over here? Huh? How did that get over here? Don't try to look all cute. Hey, got a little something on your face. Just so you know. Might want to wash that off a little bit. Well, guys, I have water dishes to clean out. I have waters to fill. I have poop to clean. As you guys know, I have a lot of stuff that I need to get done. So that is going to be it for today's video, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, and I hope I may have helped you out with setting up your heated shelters for your tortoises, and maybe hopefully gave you guys some ideas and cleared some things up that maybe I didn't go into depth about in the video that I made last year on this topic. Comment down below any ideas that you guys have on how to improve these shelters, or let me know what you guys do to keep your reptiles warm in the winter. Make sure you guys like this video, make sure you guys smash that subscribe button, and please, please, please share this video. Until next time, everybody, my name is Pierce LaValle. Throttle, get off the poop, dude. What are you doing? Until next time, everybody, my name's Pierce LaValle. We are in Pierce's Planet, and remember, it's all about the reps, baby. Peace.